Talk a little bit about what this looks like in terms of, I believe the phrase is demotions, or what happens when, a person gets in front of the tractor or there's something impassable. How does that whole process look when it comes to an autonomous tillage machine?
Sure. So if we go back to Op Center Mobile, there's actually a handful of pretty neat features within it. So once the machine is moving, you can pause the machine whenever you choose to. You can have a go-to point. So maybe you sense your field entrance or your approach as, hey, I want the machine to go here when it's done with the field, or maybe I want it to go here in the next half hour because I'm going to come there to fuel it. So you can set some of that, or a go-to at, I want to stop at the end of the next pass or the end of the following pass. So those things you can kind of control so the machine isn't stopped out in the middle of the field. But when you get to a demotion state, which I mean, demotion is the machine stopped for some reason. One of those reasons could be very small, like dust. It would stop for the dust. Once the dust clears, the machine would start itself back out without any operator input. Same thing. It does detect water, which is a good thing. So it doesn't, drive through a swamp. If it detects water, it will stop for that too. Depending on the size of it, it might try to work around that puddle of water or pond. Um, and then you get to things like objects that you mentioned. If it's an impassable object, the machine is going to stop for that. It will send a series of 5 pictures to Blue River, which is a company that is on the backside right now monitoring these machines, and they give the go ahead on what the next step is. So is that a route around, or do we have to stop the machine in its operator intervention? A lot of times it's going to do a route around, which means it routes around the object and grabs the line on the other side and continues operation. And then the third event is going to be either a human element or like a vehicle. If it encounters either one of those, the machine is going to stop. It's going to go into a demotion out of autonomy, and it's going to require an operator to come back to the field. But again, if it's dust, object that you can route around, you can do that from anywhere. You don't need to be close to the machine. You could be 400 miles away, and it's going to route around that object. And again, no need for you to go back to the field.
So the way I understand, there's kind of three different levels of demotions. It's almost it'll resume autonomy on its own. You have to, as the owner, operator, farmer, you have to tell it what to do on your mobile device, or in the instance of a vehicle or a human, a person, you would have to go back to the machine to restart it in autonomy.
And I guess maybe another thing just to add to that is you get an alert on your phone or your tablet. So it's not like you have to be checking on your phone to make sure it stopped. You're going to get an alert that, hey, the machine has encountered an object or a person walked out on the field, and you'll get that image. But again, you're not going to just not know it for a half hour that the machine's sitting out there waiting for you to make a decision. It's going to automatically give you an alert.